And welcome to a new series I'm coming out with, or basically I'm calling out and calling BS on a lot of common tropes the experts in the fitness culture are giving out there and why I think they're leading you astray. So today's topic is that of the power of instant gratification. A lot of times instant gratification is not painted in a positive light. They always cite that infamous marshmallow study about the kids who opted to eat one marshmallow instead of waiting to get two, and how basically their entire lives led down a path of ruin and destruction, and how McDonald's and the internet and anything that offers instant gratification is the weakening of the fabric of society as we know it. And that's not to say any of that's untrue. However, like a lot of things that the experts often decry as a bad thing, it's not so much a bad thing as it is a powerful thing. And like anything with a lot of powerful influence in our lives, it can be bad when you don't know how to manage it. But if you do know how to manage the power of instant gratification, you can use it for your benefit rather than your detriment. See, fundamentally, we humans are emotional creatures, not logical creatures. A lot of our behaviors and patterns of development in our habits depend on the cost to benefit ratio. In other words, what kind of positive feedback are you getting per the cost in time and energy and money that you're having to invest in it? And so it makes sense. Anything that can give you a bigger, faster return on your investment is going to motivate you to keep doing it. And it only needs to be perceived benefit as well. It doesn't actually have to be there. Like if you're doing ab exercises, for example, you're like, oh, I feel my abs burning. I'm feeling good pump and everything. They feel nice and firm right now just after doing it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do anything for belly fat, but you're going to probably keep going with that ab routine just because you perceive a benefit rather than having an actual benefit that's there. Same thing goes in the opposite direction too. You could have a very beneficial habit that has a big payoff long term, but if you don't feel like it's going to be doing anything relatively quickly, then your motivation to continue doing it is going to evaporate like a puddle in Phoenix in the middle of July. And so that's why we want to look for things that we can adopt that give us both a short-term benefit and produce long-term benefits through repeatability. Habits that give us positive feedback are the ones we feel are doing something to get us closer to our goal. Like if we're wanting to build muscle, things that make us feel strong and produce a good muscle pump in the short term feel like, okay, this is going to help me build muscle and strength in the long term. Or a lot of times we get attached to things like, okay, if I work up a sweat and get out of breath, that means I'm burning a lot of fat and calories, I'm relieving a lot of stress, it feels good now, and we're assuming that means I'm going to be losing weight in the long term. Of course, it can be very misleading. You can do tons of cardio and never lose any weight. You could have a ton of muscle pumping exercises and never build any sort of real muscle. That's why we want to really get honest about what the true stimulus of the results that we're producing are. So the magic is we want habits that produce short-term benefits, that make you feel good today, foods that feel good eating right now, things you enjoy doing now, but also have the ability to produce that repeatability for the long-term benefits down the road as well. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have questions down below. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about shortcuts, how not only do fitness shortcuts exist, it's the only way you're going to stand a chance to get what you really want. Thank you very much for watching. Be fit and live free.